opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shakur.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like,
get off of me. Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? Oh, 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level, and this is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like that. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real. That's what I did.
Oh, we're supposed to get the ball. No rebound. This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's a sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, blah, blah. We up in this. What's crackin'-lackin'-mackin' from the jacket to the back end? I gotta say one thing. In the words of the famous poet of prose, Ice Cube, God dang. Another cap, another pillin', another Patriot. Woo, they out there snapping. These Patriots are getting tough. Bow, bow. They might have one more left. Tom Brady. We're going to talk through this. What the hell is going on with the Hall of Fame? I'm telling you, that's what happened with media. That's what happened with journalists. That's what happened with reporters. They became the stars. Then they start feeling themselves. And then they just start overthinking it because guess what? Their feet are off the ground. They're now the stars. Yeah, it's gotten weird, wild, and crazy out here. Patriots owner Robert Kraft, like his former head coach Bill Belichick, was not selected for entry into this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Class of 2026 will be revealed Thursday at NFL Honors in San Francisco, but it will not include Kraft. First thing I always think about when I keep hearing these reports of who's not in is who the hell is in? And if you know who ain't in, like, This whole little half-pregnant security y'all got going on, like, oh, we can tell you who ain't in, but we can't tell you who getting in. Like, what so I'm already confused on that. But what really confuses me is the fact that what is the standard? I understand we can't objectify it fully, but what is the standard? What is the expectation? All of us are looking at the Hall of Fame to give them their proper due, proper cachet, proper accolade, proper achievement. You're trying to tell me that he doesn't qualify as an owner? Y'all made this category up. Thought it was just all about ball. Now it's who gave out the best tickets, who's the best usher, who's the best concession stand person. You want to open it up like that? Open it up. But you trying to tell me whatever he is entitled, which is an owner, there's another level? What? No, there's not. And we're going to go through this process. We're going to walk down and get it all instead of run down and just get one, get some. So there's a lot of reaction to this, obviously. We're going to go through all the big names and let them talk their game, and then we're going to chop it up. Let's go.
Stephen A., I know you're close with Kraft. What was your reaction to this news this morning?
I wasn't surprised. I was appalled. I mean, obviously, he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. He's been the owner for 32 years.
God dang.
In 32 years, he has 13 more regular season games, 13 more postseason games than any other NFL team, for crying out loud. Dang. This is a man that's won 20 division titles in 32 seasons. This is a man that in his 32-year reign as the owner, they've been to the Super Bowl with 3 different head coach quarterback combinations. Bill Parcells with Drew Bledsoe, Belichick with Brady, and now Vrabel with Drake May.
Woo!
And this is the man that has been at the helm. 6-time Super Bowl champion. He's been to, this is his 11th appearance in the Super Bowl in 32 years, which means basically he gets to the Super Bowl once every 3 years, for crying out loud. And you're leaving him out. So we all know it's egregious. We all know it's just absolutely disgusting, and the Hall of Fame should be the Hall of Shame. They've minimized and diluted their own product, and they don't even know how badly they've done it as of yet. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. You're talking about going up there, and whether, it's the Ken Andersons, the Roger Craigs of the world, or the L.C. Greenwood got arrested. So you're talking about folks like that that'll be mentioned and their names pop up, but Belichick and Kraft would be omitted. And we're talking about the upcoming Hall of Fame. Hey, guys, look at the trend. So Belichick's not in. Kraft's not in. What you going to do next? You going to deny Tom Brady? You're going to deny Tom Brady. You're going to look at Tom Brady and be like this, you don't go to the Hall of Fame? And here's the, so we.
Let's talk it. I mean, we're going to go deeper into this, but the real of it is, just what's happening with the NCAA is the same thing happening right now when you talk about the NFL and the Hall of Fame. They don't know which way is up, right? They're chasing their own tail. Because they know that they think that they're standing on a moral ground, higher ground. Hey, we're going to actually hold them to the standard of integrity and all that. Okay. Even if you want to say that they cheated every single time and you don't even want to hear the details, guilty. You can penalize them that tax, and they still deserve to be in the Hall of Fame is the conversation we're having. But you're going to start talking about guys who their milk is expiring, right? It's time they get in or they ain't going to ever get in. But the question is, do they deserve to get in over these guys? The answer is no. So now you're just going to diminish and dilute what it means to be a Hall of Famer just because we got to hurry up and get the old people in. We got to make sure they get in here. This is survival of the fittest. And this is the fittest of the fittest. It's the damn Hall of Fame. Now you just talking about, hey, you got an AARP card, we let you in. Kraft old too. What y'all tripping on? Let's go.
We all know, I mean, you might as well burn down the building. Might as well burn down the building. That happened. I mean, there is no Hall of Fame. If you can't have Tom Brady up in there as a first ballot Hall of Famer, the credibility of the institution that is the Hall of Fame goes right out the freaking window. It's over. So we understand that, right? And then you look at it and you say, let's think about the all-time great quarterbacks. Let's take Spygate. Let's take, Deflategate. Let's take all of that. What coach would say Bill Belichick doesn't deserve to be a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer?
None.
No one.
None.
What owner would say Robert Kraft doesn't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? No one. Could you find me? You couldn't find a player in Pop Warner that would tell you Tom Brady don't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, let alone high school, college, pros. There is no athlete. There is no athlete in any sport on the planet, in America or the world over, that would tell you that Tom Brady ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer. What you gonna do to him next? Because based on what we're seeing, that's the trend. We could go with the new system and you lump coaches and, senior leaders and stuff like that. You lump all of them into the same bowl and you pick from that. You could do all of that. I don't care about all of that. In the end, you're talking about an 8-time champion in Bill Belichick, a 6-time champion in owner Robert Kraft, a 7-time champion in Tom Brady.
God dang.
2 of them have already been denied first ballot entry. And based on the trend, they're going to do it to Tom Brady too. It makes no sense whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, it's the Hall of Shame. It doesn't even matter anymore. A matter of fact, I'm going to make an executive decision. Once we finish this topic right here today, we ain't talking about the Hall of Fame in football no more. It doesn't have any credibility. It is a waste of time to be talking about on the national airwaves.
Don't do that. You had me there. Blah, blah, blah. I know what you're saying, Stephen A. You got more to say? Go ahead.
They are nothing, and they should be perceived as being nothing. They're a waste of time.
That's why you said conceived, Freudian slip, because you're starting to feel it. You're a little feminine right there. Now, come on, man. Don't be emotional responding to this fully. I know I'm with you, though. Blah, blah, blah. At the same time, no. Don't do that to the guys that are going in. Somebody's going in and there's a monster, and we ain't going to do that to them. But I understand where you're coming from. The crazy thing is, if you look at it, the Hall of Fame is a salute. There's not any haterade. When people say you hating something that you're not a part of, or, oh, you're talking about them and all that, I always think of the Hall of Fame to just prove my point. I am not a Hall of Famer. And trust me, y'all, in real life and in just my own thoughts in my own space, I'm like, whew. You know why I'm like that? Because I tried to be the best I could be. I didn't necessarily try to be a Hall of Famer. I can't say that. Just like I didn't try to be a Super Bowl champion. Some would say that's why you didn't do it. Some would say, well, those are not really goals you should have in terms of how you play. I disagree. I think I should have tried to be a Hall of Famer. Being a Super Bowl champion is very difficult to become, but it still could be on your list of goals. Let's talk about it for real, though. I looked at it like this. If I'm the best I'm going to be, the best I can be, I'm going to add that up at the end and see where it goes. Kind of like how Ochocinco was talking about, and we're going to talk to him again about that. But some people look at it like, no. That's where I got to end up. I don't give a damn how, by hook or crook. I won't take no for an answer. And I like that way of approaching a goal as well. But these guys, no matter how they cooked it up in the lab, no matter what their formula was, it is. I don't know if Tom Brady came into the league and said, I'm going to be a Hall of Famer. Not when you're a 6th rounder. Not when you're splitting time in Michigan. I don't think he's thinking that, but he became it. Give him his flowers. Give him his due. So I always salute them because I'm like, I tried my best to be something, and it came and it went and it landed here. The Hall of Goodness. Oh, man. That's how the game go. And that's why I'm like, those guys kept climbing. You know, if we all go hiking, Mount Kilimanjaro or something, and then you get to a point, you're like, man, that's it. Because you know you still got to go down. I'm like, hell no, I ain't going no more up. I can't. Everybody tap out somewhere. Everybody got their level. And they somebody, you see your boy just keep climbing. You like, yes. I see you at the base camp. I ain't going up there. That's how I look at Hall of Famers. Salute. Give them their flowers.
To me, it's not a matter, just like Bill, of if they're going to get in. It's just when they're going to get in.
Right.
They're tremendous at what they've done in the league. And maybe it's not trending so well for ex-Patriots. Maybe I should be a little concerned here. But, you know, I think at some point this thing is going to go in everybody's direction the right way.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know what they say about them jokes. Every joke got a little ounce of truth in there, right? So now, Tom Brady has to emotionally brace himself for the fact that he may be a 2nd ballot Hall of Famer. It feels like, part of me feels petty. Like, I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, does it matter? Yes, it does, actually. Yes, it does. I feel stupid for even bringing this up. I'm like, they all going to get in. And then I'm like, but at the same time, dog, when you get in matters. You don't think so? Why do you think so many people are getting killed and shot up and beat up at clubs? It all starts with, how am I getting in? Oh, it starts there. It starts when you're getting in and your dress clothes and your dress code. Remember that? All that stuff matters. Because when you get in, they got your table set up? They got it reserved? The one you like? Oh, really? They gave it away today? Some NBA dude was in town? Really? That's what we doing? And I see you all the time? That's what we doing? Okay. So now you're on a little edge, right? Don't let me continue with that scenario because it's a real example I got in my head. But the point is, when I get in matters. Y'all seen it at them big events. Y'all see them big stars out there, and they be sitting there like, and the bouncer be like, he act like he don't see you. He act like the bartender. Don't you hate when you see somebody order something from the bartender and you be right in front of him and you be like, yo, I'm trying to get next. Let me get next. And he looking around like he don't see nobody. Until after he does the transaction, then he go, what do you need? You're like, what the? I've been here 2 minutes. You ain't looked at me yet. I hate when they do that. I be like, oh, they must train them in bartender school to do that. Oh, well, they must train these dumbass reporters how to mess up a damn Hall of Fame too. Because look at this. Jerry Jones versus Robert Kraft. Y'all know how much I love Jerry Jones, right? 5.2 million reasons. I love that guy. Jones, 3 Super Bowls, 3 NFC championships, 16 and 15 playoff record as an owner. Cowboys owner of 37 years, and he's the Hall of Fame class of 2017. Was he first ballot? Beat it up in the comments. Let me know if he's first ballot. Kraft, 6 Super Bowls, 10 AFC championships, 36 and 16 playoff record as an owner. Good Lord. Patriots owner 32 years, not selected for 2026 Hall of Fame class. Yeah, we know the answer. Did Kraft deserve a gold jacket this year? You think? You think? Oh, man. Can't get crazier than that. So, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. They're going to get in eventually, but how bad of a slight is it that he didn't get in on the first ballot? Let me see what y'all talking about. As we're going to go to James Harden and the trade that he didn't want. Really? We got to talk about this trade. It's crazy. We got a bunch of spicy topics. I told you we going to the Hall of Fame, spicy. Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe. We still got to talk to Ndamukong Suh, who's talking about the Pro Bowl. Shakur Sanders went out there and had a pick fest, I heard. Interception at the interception. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Tell me how many picks he threw. I don't know. It's flag football, but still, it's football. Let me stop. We got a lot to talk about. We got some politics. We got some social, some cultural, all that. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Yes, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, member Patrick Edwards says Jerry Jones had a bigger impact on the league than Robert Kraft. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. At the same time, you got to give me that they both are Hall of Famers. Like this is one thing we do in arguments. To make an argument, we go to hyperbole. We go to the extreme, right? We go all the way instead of like, nah, do you qualify, right? You remember those? You remember those standard tests? Do you qualify? Well, to get into this school, you must have a 1200. Okay, good. I got a 1200. Do I qualify? Yes, you do actually. But nah, in the argument, people was like, you only got a 1200? That's all you needed to get in. I got a 1600. I got a 2400. I got a perfect. Good for you. That means you should really get in, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't get in. So be careful when you do that in arguments, because a lot of times people do that. Go all the way to the edge. No, just get in. All right, what else we got in here? I see you, Jude. I see you, DJ Cape Man. What's cracking like a Mac and Francisco Aguilera every day, all day. Oh, he said Saturday is the F. You mean Sunday, I hope. I don't know what the hell Saturday. Oh, Saturday is the F them. Oh, okay. So the Hall of Fame ceremony, they're going to be like, Woo. This weird. I'm going to tell you how I really feel, too. I feel a little like off the hook in terms of I didn't play for the Patriots, because everybody knows if you play for the Patriots, you got your ring and stuff. I was watching Antoine Smith, who was my teammate in Buffalo. I forgot that he was on the team that they played the greatest show on turf. You know what I'm saying? Get a ring. Little stuff like that, right? But then now you look back like, shit, man, they looking at them rings like, they bubble rings. They looking at everything you do like, Now, yeah. Okay. So let's get into this. James Harden right here. What the hell? First you look at it, you're like, what's wrong? Oh, the jerseys are swapped. What the hell? LA Clippers are trading James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. Sources tell ESPN, prolific swap of the star point guards. Both are ballers. James Harden is still playing better than this guy, even though he's in his athletic prime and he got a lot of injury concerns, something wrong with his feet. I don't know what the hell. But the point is, we got younger, we got a second-round pick, got assets. It's all good. Is it? Is it? Because people are going to respond to this. Let's hear. All right. James Harden. What did we lose in James Harden? Cook, Nick Wright. I told you about that. Anybody? There is a narrative that he quit on the Clippers. He asked for a trade. And there's also a reality, or at least his reality, that that ain't true. So there's maybe some devil in it. Man, blah, blah, blah. He dropped a huge breadcrumb in there to the point where I don't even think it's a breadcrumb. It's a whole loaf, but I don't want to spoil it. Hopefully you guys are paying attention and you're starting to pick them up. Matter of fact, that's one of the underlying themes of this show. I had a call yesterday with someone in the industry, and they were like, dog, I'm watching. I catch your breadcrumbs. And it's funny, you put them out there, but you do it in a way that, you know, people probably don't even get it. Plausible deniability. But then when it comes out, then you be like, you ain't even got to say it. People, if they watch it, they be like, damn, he already said that. I'm telling you guys, I am not the one. I protect the guilty. I'm going to let them live their little fantasy life. But as soon as it becomes real, go back and look at my reel. Y'all going to be like, damn, he told us. I will always let y'all know. We family. We supposed to be brothers. Talk it.
Now we talking. Real people getting traded. Shams, you back, baby. Now, one question. James, I've never heard one player talking about they want to willingly go to Cleveland. Like, I know that's where LeBron's from. I know Halle Berry's from there. You know, Steph was born in that, but never heard a player wanting to be there. Usually they just get traded the fuck there. You want to go? Like, do you know, like, just a few, like, days ago, like, all that whole area was shut down. Like, Cleveland wasn't shut down for the snow, but they just pretended that the city was shut down for the snow, but they were just shut down because it's Cleveland. But congrats, man. I hope, yeah.
Now, y'all starting to understand. Y'all know I'm always going to lead you somewhere, not always where you want to go. So, it seems like insiders, former players, you know, pundits, everybody's talking about James Harden. Everybody's saying, James Harden, you wanted to leave the Clippers? And I'm thinking it's for money. I'm like, James Harden, was he 37? James Harden like, shoot, Clippers ain't going to give me no long-term deal. Let me force a trade and give me a long-term extension out of somebody. Let me sucker butt him. And then Momo, shout out to the homegirl Momo, writes this. James Harden denied asking for a trade and thanked the Clippers for their opportunity to play in his hometown. Says he didn't ask for a trade. We got to talk now. Saying in the we got to talk about this to trade now. Just spoke to a reflective James Harden. See, on this show, we go there. Who denied asking for a trade and thanked the Clippers for the opportunity to play the last 2.5 years in his hometown, West Seafalia near. In life, not even just basketball. When things don't work out, there are ways to end things in relationships without having to crack each other. Crack. Okay. Maybe we just don't see a future with each other. Maybe we just outgrew each other. Whatever the case may be, I feel like other situations weren't like that. And that's why I can respect Steve and L and T. Lou, because they didn't put me in a weird position as much as everybody tried to make it like that. Basically, like, they could have really put some hot sauce on this, like I've been through it before, fat suits and stuff, but they didn't. They came up to me like gentlemen, it sounds like. Harden said he didn't want to feel like I was holding the Clippers up in their future. I wanted them to actually have a chance to rebuild and get some draft capital. In Cleveland, I see an opportunity to win in the East. They got a very good team, coaching staff, all of the above. So as much as I wanted to stay in LA, homie, and give it a go, I never won one before, homie. As a basketball mind, I think we have a bit better chance. We ain't done. Harden said of his time in LA, check this out. We had a hell of a 2.5 years. We didn't reach the goals that we all wanted to reach, but I think we built some great memories, had some great wins, and fun moments for all of us. At the end of the day, it's a business. I love, what happens in the beginning of the day? Nothing. Always the end of the day. For me, it's the beginning of the day. That's why I got the most energy. At the end of the day, it is a business, and I think both sides got what they wanted, are in a great place, and are very happy. I'm excited about Cleveland. I'm still trying to chase my first championship and do whatever it takes to win, homie. Blah, blah, blah. Now, let's go back. Y'all remember that breadcrumb? Nah, y'all ain't ready for it yet. Y'all ready for that breadcrumb? Nah, y'all ain't put this thing together yet, have y'all? I'll help you at the end. We got one more take on it. Let's go.
One, does guys not want to play with Kawhi no more? Because it got to be I'm asking. It has to be something there for guys to be jumping ship.
Who are the guys?
Paul George.
Paul George, they wouldn't give him the extra year. Or whatever he wanted.
And Kawhi ain't fight for him to get the extra year either. CP3, what didn't work out for some reason. Now all of a sudden, James.
How are you spinning this, bro?
I would say this. He is not a normal star. He is not a normal star. He's in and out of the lineups with injuries. He is extremely quiet, but it seems like people like him. It seems like his teammates like him.
So you're saying this is what it is. You're right. You know what, guys? I figured it out.
Here we go. Breadcrumbs.
You're right. Kawhi's not a normal star. So for Paul George, he's like, why would I want to play with a guy that's in and out of a lineup, like kind of been hurt a bunch? I don't know when he's going to play. You know what? I don't want to deal with that anymore. You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go to Philly and play with Joel Embiid.
Uh-oh.
What are you talking about?
What we talking about here? What we talking about?
That's what I'm saying, but come on.
I was more saying that in a sense of like a little bit of sarcasm.
No, you weren't.
I'm like,
no, you weren't.
He seems like when he's out there, he's one of the best two-way players in the NBA. I just don't think his attention, like what you brought up at the beginning of the show, you asked him about James Harden. He basically was like, hey, they're going to do what they got to do. I'm good. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, he just doesn't operate like a normal person where he's going to go out on a limb for guys.
Now, I'm just highlighting this. It's not about them because we've all been there. You can change the names and faces, but we've been there. You guys are starting to pick up on it. They don't know what the hell going on. Ha-ha. That's why we got to go back to that loaf of bread that was dropped. But we'll get there in a couple minutes. Rock with it.
I just don't think that's who he is as a person. I don't think it has anything to do why guys are leaving. And then at the end of the day, people are going to probably blame it on Lawrence anyways.
Well, the only thing I'll say about if they're not willing, their team is older. So if he was like, hey, we want to start extension talks now. Like you can't sign it till the end of the season, but typically those start now. It's like, hey, I would like this.
Yes.
Well, given where their team started, if they wanted to reevaluate it, and he gets like, dude, I was All-Star last year. Was James Harden All-NBA last year? Was he All-NBA third team? I feel like he was close.
I'll look it up.
Because their team balled from January 1 to the postseason. They were one of the best, maybe the last 25, 30 games last year. Because that's why Zubac was up there for Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
Like that's why where all those awards were coming from is because of the way they had played. So for James Harden, he's like, if you're not going to give me that, just tell me like, hey, yeah, we'll get a number done. This is what we're thinking. Let's finish the season. We'll get it done when the season's up. So he was NBA. So if you're all NBA last year and you want to start talking contract negotiations now, that's within his right and fair. And we can say players don't have loyalty, teams don't have loyalty. So if James Harden's like, y'all not going to give me the bag? All right. I think Cleveland could use a point guard.
Well, I think from his point of view, he's like, wait a second. If you're not willing to even talk to me now, let's just say they're not willing to talk. And he goes, and if I have a great playoff, which, he's on and off sometimes, then you're not even going to negotiate with me. Why would I give you the opportunity to get 100% of me when you're not even invested in me and we can't even discuss?
That's why
Blah, blah, blah. Woo, boy. It's a lot of ways you can get to the number 10, right? You can go 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 10. You go 1, 2, 3 into the 4, right? You can go 5, 5. Oh, man, they try their best to piece their way there. And they almost got there. And then you start seeing stuff like this. You're like, this is where they're going. There's a pathway for the Cavs to acquire James Harden. He's there. Giannis out the dog. Ooh, oh. And LeBron James. This is Tom Haberstraw. Y'all remember him? Oh, yes, we do. Trade Darius Garland. Oh, shut your trap. How you predict this? We trade Darius Garland for James Harden. We trade Evan Mobley. Duck, Evan, duck. And get some picks with Giannis and Antetokounmpo. And then you sign LeBron as a free agent because all this Laker talk is he gone definitively. Are you serious? Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to put another super team together out there. Are you kidding me? Okay, here's the big loaf. Here's the breadcrumb. Here's what put it all together for me. Okay, so James Harden is James Harden. Whether you question his work habits, you're in your right to question his work habits. But you can't question his results other than the highest of level. That means playoff leverage, championship. But you got to understand, most of the season, most of the games are regular. And in regular moments, the dude's insane. Okay? Second most threes in NBA history, James Harden? Yes. On top of all the other accolades. That's the most surprising one to me. But the thing is, James Harden's always been about what? Let's just be real. If you know him, if you've seen him, if you socialize with him, if you watch his career, he's about that bag. That boy know how to play the game within the game in a different way to get to that dough. Okay? And I know some stories of some real money. James Harden about that life. Okay? So if you're James Harden, you're 37. Beat it up in the comments. He's 37, right? He's trying to figure this out right now because you got to get one more. You can't. He playing so well, tear up the birth certificate. Give him one more. You know, the Kobe 2-year, $50 million back then. James Harden looking to strike one more time because remember, he took a haircut on the last one. Not really a haircut. He couldn't cut his hair. He couldn't get it. He couldn't leverage it. He got caught out there. Remember? Paul George or James Harden or all three with Kawhi. Like, remember all that? And James Harden jumped in. Remember he jumped in early? He was the first one. Give me that 30-something. Now he looking around like, dudes, it's half of him getting 30-something. He like, no. Now you go up to the Clippers, and the Clippers know where your laundry is dirty. They know where all of it is. They know how the game goes. They're like, we just went through this Chris Paul thing. See, going through the Chris Paul fiasco now makes you look in the mirror clearer because you're like, yo, if we just did that to our best player in franchise history, all these cats can get it. So James Harden is balling last year. He didn't do so well in the playoff game, at least the last one against Denver. Well, this year we balling again. And James Harden's like, let me get to this money. I'm certain they were talking a little bit of money. And the Clippers have been steadfast saying 2027, we coming in, we're going to be under the cap. We coming in, we're going to have assets. OKC got us. We had to do it then. We ain't got to do it now. Let's go. You notice how many games Kawhi is playing now? Steve Ballmer under pressure too. He got all this Pablo Torre stuff going on. He like, everybody got their middle finger up. Everybody from FAY. Funk all y'all. If I could do this to Chris Paul, James Harden, get out my face. If they could do this to me, Steve Ballmer, me, the richest owner in sports, I'm so rich, you could combine all the other owners and add them up, and I still got more than all of them by myself. What? And they trying to get me off of a podcast? Man, if y'all don't get out my face with this, we going under the cap, and we going to have dudes who are part of the culture. That's it. James Harden ain't listening to that. You know he tone deaf. He like, yeah, I heard you. What we talking about? What we going to do? We re-upping? What we doing? They like, we told you, James. Chill. He too old to be chilling. They go out on that trip. He go back to his alumni, what do you call it when you go back to school? I forget it. I don't go back to school enough, I guess. You go back to where you went to school. That's how I'm going to say it. And you at the game. But you ain't at the game. Personal reasons. This the wrong time. We sensitive out here. You can hear it right there. All of a sudden, James Harden, well, we got to talk. But let me just tell you, this talk ain't a dialogue, it's a monologue. Let me talk to you for a second. Sit down. And the rest is rumor to reality. Happens fast, doesn't it? Just telling y'all, man, the game is gangster. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away. And James didn't read the room this time. They were like, our motives and incentives are to get here. Are you going to help us get there? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I want to go there, but You ever take somebody somewhere and you like, all right, we here, and they like, oh, I actually wanted to go. You mean you roll with me just to get closer to where you really wanted to go? You didn't even want to go here? Why'd you say that in the first place? Oh, I hate that. So that's what James Harden got caught up in. Beat it up in the comments if you catch it now. And then also beat up in the comments. What do you call when you go back to your school? You go back to your alum? Nope. You go back to your alumnus? No. You go back to your alumni? No. You go back to your alma mater. I knew it was something with an Let's stay with the Clippers right now because they got a little issue with the Lakers. We got a little beef over here, a little crippin' blood. They stole something from us, homie. We're going to have to pull a drive-by. What the Lakers get from us? They got one of them all-star votes, homie.
To be on the all-star team, and everybody can't make it.
I think Chet Holmgren will be better than Şengün in the not-too-distant future. I don't think that day is today. And I think
this team is number one in the West.
I think Şengün should have gone instead of Chet. And I think that LeBron should be on the team, but it cannot be at Kawhi's expense this season. Kawhi should be on the team. So there you go.
Why would you say it's at his expense? There's
because
several other players.
I'm taking similar positions, right? Like you have a wing and you have a stretch four type.
I have no argument. I think Kawhi's numbers says he's an all-star.
Right. All right. Well, that was easier than I thought. Can we get a headline out of someone? Rich Paul says Kawhi should have gone over LeBron.
No, this is a very high-level show, insights and education. From my perspective, you can give the hot takes.
We could do that thing. Who was it? Conan, where we freeze a picture of you, and then you just have someone else come out. They cut out the mouth. They have someone else come out and say Kawhi should go over LeBron.
Let's get to this deadline, and then I'll have a.
You
little
like
bit
the
more
USA versus
in-depth.
the world format in the All-Star game? Does it make you care about it?
Did y'all hear that? You hear that? Tell me. Beat it up in the comments.
I'm down to try it. Why not?
I just don't like that everything has to be complicated. 8 versus 8. Take the world. I love the idea of USA versus the world.
Yeah.
Full teams. Just do full teams and play a competitive game. Why is it so hard for the NBA? Just play a competitive game.
Hey, there'll be no NBA bashing on this show, Max.
It's not bashing. I love the NBA.
Blah, blah, blah. Only meat we got out of that was simple. Rich Paul said, holla at me after this trade deadline. I got some things to do. I'm cooking up some stuff. And when I'm done, I'll tell you the real. There's layers to this. Even on a podcast, I'll tell you the real later. Oh, man, beat it up in the comments. Everybody knows Kawhi should have went. But this is the point of why the Clippers let James Harden go. There's a new level of gangster. When you get played, when you get funked, when you get punked, when you take a L and you survive it, or you still living through it, don't come up to me with no BS. I got real stuff going on. I got bigger fish to fry than hearing you. So now, James Harden, you coming out here acting like, me, I need my money, me, I don't like this, me, I'm going to show you. You ain't going to show me nothing. You ever been in that mindset? I'm in that mindset right now in real life. Like, I ain't trying to hear that junk. That's why I'm so gangster. Real spit. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are talking about. I hear you. Ooh, Paul Thomas, great question. He says, Marcellus, are you the only person to ever grow up in Compton and go to college at an Ivy League school? I hope not. And I want to say hell nah, but I just don't have the reference. I don't have the name. But that's kind of point to why I really want you to understand about me and about a lot of other people that I know, but unfortunately, they all don't get glow. I'm going to say this respectfully. Funk representation. I don't need a representative. I am Lamar Jackson. I represent myself and become the highest paid. Right here said. All right, I'm going to bring my mama, though. Being real, I wish people would stop always needing something that looks like them, acts like them, represents them to be them. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Yes, it literally is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Oh, somebody else is my size. Somebody else acts like me, talks like me, looks like me. I'm going to be it. No, you ain't. I could put on a Superman costume right now. I could be the same size as Christopher Reeves. Shout out. Rest in peace. I can do all that. I better not jump off no building. You ain't flying. Nobody cared that you look the same. Woo. Woo. So that's my answer. I didn't even look to see if somebody did it. I didn't give a dog. It's my life. What y'all think y'all life is? Theirs? I'm going to do me. If you don't like it, don't do it. Do you. It's really simple. Let's get into this WNBA. What they over there messing up? Oh, they whole league. They're not going to have a lockout, I don't think, because their season starts May 16th. Something like that. You know, nothing gets done to a deadline, right? So we got time. But this is gangster. WNBA offered no proposal at the critical CBA meeting they just had. Sides met in person for the first time in months. So you imagine this? Hey, all right, go back, debrief, get your ducks in a row, and then when we come back together, we're going to talk it out. That's one of the WNBA women talking. That was a good joke. All right, we're going to do that. All right, ownership, you ready? Okay, cool. The league still hasn't responded to their asses. The league, like, I don't think you guys understand this. Math, calculator, somebody. We have offered you so much. What do you ladies want? Pay us what you owe us. No, okay, can we get one of them shirts? A double X. Because we want you to pay us what you owe us. God dang it. Y'all been in the red for 30 years. And you talking about pay us what you owe us. Oh, you imagine that? You taking care of somebody for 30 years and then they come up one day, they wake up, they come from the basement. Hey, Wiley. I said eggs and bacon. And pay me what you owe me. Fool, you in my house. Monday's pivotal meeting between the WNBA players and owners at league offices in New York City lasted roughly 3 hours. 3 hours with no proposal. Oh, that's some mandatory time wasting. Attendees slowly started trickling out. They ain't even have a real exit. That means we started off with 100 people. By about 2 hours in, we had down to 60. People just like, oh my God, this is bad. It was the first time players met in person with the league and members of ownership since the fall, and roughly 6 weeks since the union's last proposal was sent. Let's get to this proposal.
Tracy joins us now to chat that.
No. You're not getting that. No. All right, so who's on this side? Ngumake. She said the 3-hour meeting was instead spent with both sides explaining the thinking behind their most recent proposals. Okay, that moves the ball forward. Let me explain to you why these numbers are what they are. Okay, I like that. One of the main priorities, according to one source familiar, was to allow players and owners to connect and ask questions of each other. Okay. All right, now we're starting to put some love on it because guess what? You just seeing these numbers, you're like, come on, we know you got more than that. And it's like, yeah, but you got to justify the numbers. Come on, mama. So here we go. Includes a max salary of $1.3 million. You're making more than some dudes in some spokes. And an average salary of more than $530,000. Those figures include projected earnings from the league's proposed revenue sharing model, which includes team and league revenue, but has a percentage subtracted. The union responded with a proposal seeking a salary cap of roughly $10.5 million and a revenue share model that gives players a percentage of total revenues before any additional deductions for expenses. Housing, retirement benefits, and professional standards, including facilities and team staffing requirements, are 3 of the union's highest priorities in addition to revenue sharing. I ain't gonna bore y'all no more with that. These suckers they're trying to get hospice care. They like, look, after we done playing our 4 years, we want to make sure we retire comfortably. Okay? So, you don't get your... Man, I mean, I don't think... Look, the great thing is they deserve more, and they've been offered more. The sad thing is they don't know what more really means. It doesn't mean everything. It doesn't mean all. It means more than you had. And they gonna get greedy. What's the saying? What did Devin the dude say? You try to give up some for show, for mo, you're gonna end up with no. And he didn't talk about money. You give up for show to try and get mo, you end up with no. You're gonna end up with no money. Real spit. But the thing is, the ladies, only Candace Parker, Rebecca Lobo a little bit, the OGs is trying to work with them like, listen, but y'all not listening. Meanwhile, y'all getting passed by. Other sports are listening.
Did you see Trinity Rodman signs the record deal with the NWSL?
Yes, that was so fire. Her photo shoot was so fire.
The deal is worth over $2 million annually, making her the highest paid player in league history and the highest paid female player in the world, according to her agent. And I'm always going to celebrate milestones like this for women's sports. I'm all in on the growth and investment. However, I think $2 million might not be the ceiling. So as women's sports, I think the WNBA might have something to say about that. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm always about raising the bar, setting the bar, all those things. This is great for women's sports. However, I think now that we're seeing the valuations of these teams and how much people are paying to actually own these teams, we need to pay the players. So I'm just going to leave that there.
All right, blah, blah, blah. Whoever her co-host is, beat it up in the comments. Candace was like, she wasn't on camera. I know she was like, she brings up that Trinity Robin, beautiful, baller, all that, captivating, Dennis Robin's daughter. It's like, she just checking every box, right? And she brings up, she set the new bar, girl, $2 million for her. Oh, we about to eat. You know what her co-host said? Did you see her photo shoot? You see what she had on? She fire, girl. Candace was like, oh, God. That's the problem. Y'all distracted. Come on, man. Keep your eye on the prize, girl. What the hell you talking about her clothes? Oh, man, I caught that. And being real, they deserve more. And WNBA needs to figure out the revenue model where they can win that PR. Okay? I don't know how you justify it. I think it's kind of easy. It seems like if you got Caitlin Clark and I'm sure Paige Beckers, let Juju get up in there and you're like, yo, between what they making from Nike and what they making off the court, Angel Reese, of course. Oh, come on. You can't be making $12 million off the court and making $80,000 on or whatever the hell it was, 70-some thousand. Like, even for PR purposes, let's make this come over here and carry the one and then make it seem like it's all under the umbrella of WNBA. They better hope. Who said this? Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Somebody just said it, and I was cracking up, but I want to give you credit. Oh, here we go. No Rap said they need to hope LeBron's daughter pick up a basketball and can save them in 10 years. For real. Oh, man, for real. And then Savannah got to go out there and play just like for LeBron and Bronny, right? We need to do something. Something needs to happen. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thinking. Some things are right in front of your face. Some things are so obvious. They're right under your nose. You don't even know them, don't even see them, don't even smell them. Paul George, suspended. Mental health prescription. Sounded a little fishy to Charles Barkley. People don't want to go there. This is always a tough place to be in where you like, my common sense is telling me, but at the same time, I'm listening, big dog. This is why when people get busted for something, they always lie because they know as many people that don't believe them, somebody is going to believe them. Let's listen.
We all seen it, right? You've been watching, right? Wow. And the motherfucker out there doing windmills and 360s, bro. You can't do that, man. You just can't do that. Everybody's watching. We watching the little layups, and then all of a sudden, you, boom, 360 windmill dunking. All
right. Hit the like button. Somebody just said do that. All right, hit the like button right now. All right. Be real. We know your levels of athleticism, highs and lows, and we know it's in you, but it seemed like it was out of you. Now it's back in you. Ooh.
Come on, man.
Why not?
Justin.
Why not?
Mental
health. It's mental health.
Listen, I can tell you too.
Nigga 41 out there doing some other shit. Why we ain't testing him?
They do.
Spends $1 million on his body.
He do.
What's up with Paul? Paul can't do it, but he can?
No. You just can't get caught. That's the thing. I'm just saying this. I believe him when he say this is mental health medicine. Because I do believe if I can't do the shit I want to do because of my body, my mental is messed up.
You don't take that shit.
And whatever I got to take to get me to do 360 reverse dunks helps my mental, God damn it, let's go. I don't know what the name of it is, but I can tell you this right now. Mentally, I'm not right.
No Rap just wrote, release the Paul George fouls. Immediately. Now that's funny.
But if you give me something that's going to make me a little strong, a little bit jumper, goddamn it, I'm going to be happy.
I feel it is number one.
Mental health is a thing that
it's a drug.
I can't knock him for trying to play. That's what I can't do. I can't knock a person for whatever trying to play the game at a high level.
But it's improper medication. Cool. Get weed. They don't test for it.
That's a
proper medication.
First of all, you've never seen anybody get suspended for weed.
But 25 games.
So you don't get suspended for 25.
But I'm just saying, there's alternatives.
When I played,
I was in a drug program.
Yeah, when I played,
weed.
when I played, This was the rule. If you wasn't
All 4 years.
If you wasn't in the program, came back there. This is it. Oops. Yeah. Oops.
I think I'm still in that program. I think I'm still in the program.
Shoe program. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we all get it. Like, come on. It is what it is. The thing is, I give you this story. I ran track with a guy who was insanely great. Like I won nationals and set a national record. All that happened in 1 year. So you could say I peaked this 1 year. I was always a taller, not the tallest, taller, skinnier kind of kid. You could tell I was going to get big, but not like huge. They were wrong. But the thing is, I was always fast. I mean, fast, really fast. And so I'm on a track team, and then you realize what fast really is. It's not I could beat everybody in my neighborhood. It's these suckers that actually train to run. And I was like, yo, it was this cat. And I can't say his name because the story ends weird. So he was sick. He was my teammate, kinda. He was so good he would run with us. Sometimes he wouldn't run with us. He run with all these elite teams. He was like Nike support. It was crazy. And he's young. We like 11, 12, 13. And then he would train with us. Literally, I'm fast. Coach would say, all right, Marcellus, go. And he'd be like, all right, you, come on, get to the line. Ready? And he looking at me, turn the corner. Go. Sucker started 50 meters behind me or something in the 400. And let's just say at the end, I'm going like this. It was crazy. Fast forward, kills it in high school. Fast forward, he gets a track scholarship to one of the best schools in the country to run track. I'm trying to keep this vague because it's crazy. He goes there. Back in those days, we didn't have cell phones and all that kind of stuff, so it's just like you see him when you see him, right? Saw him. What's up, baby? How you doing? Oh, man, you doing all right. What's going on? How's it looking over there? He's like, I don't think I'm going to run anymore. I said, what? Why? He was like, I said, no, I don't. Why you ain't running? He said, man, they came up to me and they told me either I take it or not. And then they explain it. I was like, what they explain? He said, look, this is where your limits are. This is how fast you're going to be if you don't take it. Human, natural, you're going to run about a 10-2, 10-1, 10 flat, whatever that may be, that world. You ain't breaking 10. I was like, really? He was like, that's what they said. I said, damn. So you're not going to take it? He said, no. I said, what is it? He was like, because I'm thinking HGH, baby, or some cream or some of the stuff. I was like, everybody been taking that. You'll be all right. You won't die. He was like, gorilla hormone. I said, oh, no. Then he started telling me what it looks like. You can start seeing their jaws look different. They braces, they acne, all this stuff. And he was like, you'll start seeing it. Now I can't unsee it. I'm like, what? He quit. He literally quit. Because he was like, I'm not going that far. So just letting you know, I'm not saying Paul George went that far, but I'm just saying I know the signs of somebody who went that far. Hello. All right, let's get back into this part 2 of this conversation. Hall of Fame, since they making it a mockery right now. Oh, we don't want Bill Belichick. Oh, we don't want Robert Kraft. We don't want the most successful. We just want, All right, Shannon, Ocho, they had a deep start to it. Let's finish it.
But I'm looking at the NBA. They got like orange jackets. I'm looking at MLB. They got blue jackets. Why didn't you pick one of those?
Because
Why
they have nothing to do with football, and I don't know what their jackets look like because I don't play in the NBA. I don't play in the MLB, but I know what the ones that the ones in NFL
Why pick
look
a
like.
gold jacket? Why do you need to let people that says, you know what, I don't need your validation? Why would you choose a gold jacket?
Because
Woo! Shannon off to a fast start, and they're off. He's like, yo, you trying to tell me right now, retroactively, you don't need validation for being in the Hall of Fame. Your numbers are your numbers. You just cool with it, whatever. If you ever got in, obviously you'll be appreciative, show gratitude, and show up and probably be emotional and cry. But now you're trying to say all that distant from the emotion and distant from the reality of, isn't this you? Who are you doing this for? You, or are you doing this for them, who you say you don't need validation from? Woo, 10-8 round. Let's go.
That's the jacket that y'all wear.
Why do you care?
I don't care.
You don't need it. You don't care about that.
Which is why I made my own.
Okay, so why'd you go get a gold jacket and put it on the sideline?
That is why I made my own. And I'm telling you and I'm showing you. I made the message clear when I was still playing.
But a part of me thinks that
you know. Now you don't know me long enough. Don't do that. Don't, Nick. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't.
all right. Don't do it, Unc. Yeah, you got to keep your partner, right? I'll do it because I like both of you guys. You don't care about that car. You don't care about that girl, but you're going to do a replica of it and say this is it, but I don't care about it. You sure about that? Right. That's kind of what they saying, right? You know how we do it. We used to play contact and bingo, all those games. Remember you sitting at the bus stop? Every car that go by that you wanted contact. Bingo, bingo. You don't care about that car? No, I don't care if I get one. You sure?
Do that. But come on.
It's just me, Ocho. I think a part of you.
One thing about that, I love you to death. I love you to death, and you know that's something that I don't care about. You know that. Hold on.
Me personally, I think you're more than worthy.
No. Do you see what they did to Bill Belichick? You see what they did to Bill?
Listen. What they did
you
to
see
Bill.
What they did to T? You
He's
see
not
what they
the
did
first.
to
He's not
T.O.?
gonna be the last.
I would never, ever give those that never had to coach against me, that never had to try and stop me, tell me whether I'm worthy to put on that jacket. Man,
Now this is getting a little far upstream. We're getting off course. You got to understand where this started. It started not even in this conversation. It started with the fact that this guy on the left, Shannon Sharpe, is a Hall of Famer. So out of respect to my co-host, let's have this conversation that obviously got heated or a little more contentious than the average convo because we're real with each other. But let me be real about it. The Hall of Fame matters because I'm one, a Hall of Famer, but two, it's the ultimate individual achievement. So let's not act like it ain't. You are now sitting here comfortable in this air-conditioned room saying, I don't care about all that. I don't. But he's like, I got receipts of you actually showing you did care. So what was this or what is this? But they are not the same. And he's trying to say, I'm not going to let them who vote you in, who allow you to go in, have power over me, power over my career, power over who I am. That's two different conversations. So let me see if Chad grabs that shovel and digs himself out of this. Let's go.
But my point is, Ocho, okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're not a first ballot or a second ballot Hall of Fame. But guess what? Your whether you're first, second, third, 15th, sometimes they go into the senior committee. You're in the Hall of Fame. With that being said, I think your resume speaks for itself because I'm basing Ocho on the time that he played. So basically from, I'm going to say 2001 until 2010. That body of work. So let's compare Ocho against the other receivers from 2001 to 2010. That's all we can compare it to. I can't look at Ocho and say, well, because people going to say, man, Ocho numbers better than Lynn Swann's. Ocho number better than John Stallworth. But they didn't throw the ball. I got to look at Ocho in the era in which
you see how you're doing it and you comparing it. Them folk don't think the way we think. And I understood that. Them folk don't like me, Man, we can't get this.
I think they do like you. Some of them do.
No. Remember we went to high school and there was one bad little kid that was over in the principal's office? That was me. I enjoyed. Hey, listen, I enjoyed. I embraced being that villain. I came into the NFL with one thought.
Yes.
With one thought. I want
get your money.
That too. You know, I don't care about that because I kept giving that back every goddamn week. But I want to be one of the best to play the position. That's it. I wasn't worried about no jacket and all that good stuff.
Okay.
That was it. I want to come out there. I want to have fun.
Where did they send the best to play the position in a particular sport when their career is done? Where did they send the best that play a position when their career is done? No matter the sport, be it tennis, be it baseball, be it football, be it basketball, soccer, whatever the sport. So whatever it is, you said I wanted to be the best. You were. The Pro Bowls in a 10-year span, you went to 6 Pro Bowls. You were an all-pro. So.
Gotta stop you right there. So, let's get real. Yeah, that's some clarity right there. You're starting to see it. Because the temperature dropped a little bit. The emotions kind of getting out of this. Let's just break it down. You wanted to be one of the best to ever play the position. Well, there's, let's just say, a garment. A certificate of garment that they give out for those who are deemed that same person. And it's the Hall of Fame jacket. And Ocho knows that. Shannon knows that. But this is why it's a blind spot for Ocho. And I get it. Because I couldn't get it. I'm going to say that again. I get why this is a blind spot for you, Ocho, because I couldn't get it. I'm so far removed from the stove that is hot. I don't feel the temperature. I'm so far removed from being a Hall of Famer. There's no chance in hell Marcellus Wiley, I don't want to say it like that, but I had to say it, will ever be a Hall of Famer. So guess what? I can see clearly now that chance is gone. You can't. You know why? Because you're too damn close. One breath, yeah, you're a Hall of Famer. If you played against Ocho, you saw Ocho play, Hall of Famer. I'm not even going to kid y'all. I'm not even trying to kiss up. Real spit. He was a dude. However, also, you could say, but you can think about the Patriot times, right? But as you know, as he knows, these damn reporters going to think about some of the antics. So now he's trying to do this new calculation that makes him feel a little better, softer mattress to lie on, and say, oh, man, I ain't care about that. You can make the argument of anybody who ever played, ever, he cared the most. You don't believe me? Look at that. Who else did that? Go ahead.
That speaks for itself. Now, I think the thing is, Ocho, I think that I don't, because you didn't get in trouble. You wasn't getting, look, you had the little hiccup, but your career, and it ended. But I'm listen to me. You didn't get in trouble when you weren't speeding and you weren't fighting and you weren't doing all this other stuff. Yeah, the dancing, the sombrero and all that stuff, that's entertaining. They're not supposed to use what did Ocho do on the field.
Yeah, but Shannon, let's not be disingenuous. They're supposed to. Like, what grade are we in now? Come on, man. You know what they're using. T.O. was not first ballot. What you think they're using? Come on.
Somebody got that 100 catch, those 1,300, 1,400 yards. Somebody did that consistently.
They don't care about that. They don't. You know that. Come on now.
Why you think they don't care about it, Ocho?
Because I refuse to change, and I wouldn't. Man, you know what's funny?
T.O. didn't change.
And what they do to him?
They did. It was, and see, that's why. Look, I'm upset that they did. I'm upset what they did to Coach Belichick, but I'm not nearly. I was on network television then.
Absolutely.
I was livid.
Yeah.
But I knew it from being around, because like when you're on network television and you see these people a lot more, I don't see a lot of the voters like I used to, Ocho, because you got 33 writers that write for a team, and then you got 18 independents. So you got 50 men and women that go into a room that never played the game, that tell that, and at the end of the day try to tell you how great you were.
Da-da!
Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I don't know. That sounded like at the end, did you say what you meant when you were on network TV or not, because you was around them people that were voting? I don't know. I'm not even going to give that context. I don't understand it. I won't give that connotation, I should say, because I don't know the context. I will say this, though. It felt like therapy. That was magical. Like, I see why that's one of the best shows, if not best show. I told you I don't watch any show from beginning to end. Maybe it's me, but I just can't see 2 hours or 3 hours or anything and watch it from beginning to end when it's something that I'm doing myself, or I like to look at the clips. The only thing I got time for with my itty bitties is watching a movie that long. But this was therapy, because you can see the layers peeling back of Ocho really telling himself, like every ghetto child has, I don't care about that. I don't want that. Only because they can't have that. Even if they could have it, they don't want to risk putting themselves out on that emotional cliff to see themselves teeter and see if it's going to happen or not, if it's going to go down or not. There's a fear of failure. There's a fear of success, all bundled up in one little package. And Chad, like, I am not going to be vulnerable to those people's opinions about who I am. That's all that was. And I'm feeling that, and I'm trying to figure out, when did I do that? Because I remember doing that exact thing where it's like, it was this. When I used to work out, I remember it was like 9th, 10th grade, I used to work out, and I would be it felt like I was going 100%. But I'm going to be real to y'all. because it clicked one day. I was like, I'm not going as hard as I can. And I remember I was at Dorsey. I was at Dorsey High School. I didn't go to Dorsey, but I was up there training. And I'm at Dorsey, and there was a bunch of people in the stands, like dudes who were just hanging out, and they were talking to the girls, macking. And I'm running. And I'm doing striders, and I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm not running to the point of exhaustion, throwing up, trying to make it to the league. And then I was walking, I was doing like straightaways and then curves, I would walk and all that. And something slapped me. It's like, dog, you running with them like they're the judge. You scared to go all in because you don't want to hear the giggle or the dude's like, man, you ain't fast. You ain't doing nothing. Meanwhile, he's sitting up there sitting on his ass with a trapper keeper talking to the homegirl. I'm doing something, but I didn't want that judgment of him saying I ain't good enough. He go to Dorsey. He probably see ballers all the time. He looking at me like, man, you ain't doing nothing out there. What's this little kid? Whatever, it was in my head. And I remember that was the first day I slapped it out of my head. I said, go hard or go home. That's the moment. I think that Chad just went through one of those where he's looking at others for their judgment and validation, and instead of even caring what they said, he said, I don't want them to have control over me. So he just cut bait. That was deep. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Okay, beat it up in the comments because now we're going to go to a fascinating story that I know way too much about because I was involved in it. And this story is deep. Derek Fisher, Matt Barnes. It's going to go there. We're going to go into it, but beat it up in the comments first. I see you guys talking. Man, it's too many. Jared, I see you. Paul Thomas talking it. Sal Perez. Yep. Beat it up and hit the like button. You got to hit the like button. For some reason, that really matters. Okay, so now let me give it to you like this. This is a fascinating story. Derek Fisher, we know he's the head coach at Crespi High School. That's a local school for me. And Notre Dame's coach started getting into it. Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame. Shout out to Dino and his son, young Dino. They go to school there, a bunch of players. These are top schools in basketball around here. And then a woman who is Fisher's wife, Miss Govan, or whatever, in the stands behind the bench started getting upset and they got ejected from the game. She got ejected from the game. Peep this. Wait till you hear the backstory. This is gangsta. Derek Fisher, Sherman Oaks coach. All right, so that's Derek Fisher. We get it, right? This is Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame. Jim, I was literally there last year for this same game, sitting right here. And Matt Barnes was sitting over here. Now, Matt Barnes has two sons, if you don't know this, that play on Crespi's team, coached by Derek Fisher, who is now married to Matt Barnes' ex. Y'all caught that? I hope you did.
Hey, you want to leave? You want to leave? All right, let's go.
He's like, you can't do that. That's my wife, dog. And, I mean, talking about intimacy, look how close they are. And the ref's like, no. Oh, she gone. Can I remind y'all this is just high school? I mean, I am so embarrassed when I see this from anybody, especially people I know. When I know you, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you the story that happened last year when I had to talk to him. But this is insane. Man, what an example we setting for these kids. Worse than that, and this is not to attack people's character because everybody gets lost in their emotions somehow, some way, somewhere. You try your damnedest not to. But this now, everybody's like, we got to move on. We got to watch this game. you're going to have to leave, mama. I mean, I know you may have been right. You may not have said too much, may have said too much. Whatever it is, we're not here for you. This is why when people go crazy, I'm like, why are you going crazy? Do you know we're not here for you? Keep going. Uh-oh. Hold me back. Hey, let me back. No. Oh, the police. Police there. Uh-oh. If the police coming straight from the underground, a young homie got it bad because I'm brown. Even though I love that song, I do not agree with that song. I love the police. Every time I need something done, guess who there? Yeah. I don't give a damn what y'all politics are. Police, all right with me, okay? Because I'm all right with the police. I ain't doing nothing. Here we go. Derek Fisher involved in high school basketball altercation in L.A. Wife ejected. We got to read through some of this because it gives you backstory better than I will. The second, I told you I was there before. The second odd incident involving Crespi High School and former NBA champions in less than 2 years. All right, so Derek Fisher and his wife, Gloria Galvan, I never knew how to say their last name, sorry. Gloria G, high school basketball game, I told you about that. The video showed you the game all right. Yep, all right, so this is what she said, literally they said. That Ozempic got your brain fogged up. Okay, all right. That's what they said, she said, all right. Moments later, the AD, that was that guy who kept doing this. He's like, she got to go. Over the Ozempic comment, I guess. After the game, they show it, and I'm going to show you guys what happened after the game, okay? Now, Lady G's ex-husband, Matt Barnes, was also involved in a dust-up at the L.A. high school hoops game last year. That's the game I went to, as Barnes allegedly heckled the referees from the crowd during the game. Crespi and Harvard Westlake, the student announcer, recounted that Barnes put his hands on him. Barnes is the father of the children who both play for Crespi, okay? Barnes confirmed the incident took place and said it was a mistake to touch the announcers, though he added that the interaction was not as confrontational as the announcer originally stated. I can attest to it that it wasn't. Matt Barnes is actually correct, even though there was an incident. Fisher was the coach of the team at the time. Barnes later lost his job as a studio analyst on the Sacramento Kings game broadcast. All right, they talking about them now. All right, damn, that's what I need to do. Night-night. All right, let's get it in. Let's talk. Okay, so I'm at the game last year. This same game. This is crazy. I had no idea this was going to be a story until I read this is a headline story. I'm like, what? They did it again? What is going on? I know it's a rivalry, but good Lord, let the players be more contentious than you guys in the crowd and on the sidelines. All right. So last year, I'm at the game, and I'm there to see my boy Dennis Northcutt. His son played for Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame, right? Still there. So I'm going to see Lil Dino, I call him. Okay? Name is Dev, but Lil Dino. And I'm going, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a big game, rival game. All right, good. Shout out to Russell White, if you guys know who he is, legend of Crespi. His son was on the team, could jump out the gym. He played for Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame, not Crespi. So it's all this cross rivalry and stuff going. I'm sitting there, and then I see Matt walk in, but, he walk in on the other side because I'm representing Notre Dame. He representing Crespi and his boys. So I'm like, all right. We said, like, the far away hello, whatever that is. Like, oh, what up? Then halftime comes. Now, between me saying hello and the halftime, I was like, yo, I'm with my son, MJ. I want him to see high school sports. I literally was doing this, like, damn. I wanted to be like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this so gangster? People are going crazy. They had this kid that went to Houston. He's a baller. I don't know if he get on the court in Houston yet, but he was a baller. Insane. One of the top players in the country. Anyway, halftime come, Mac, and I said, what's up? He comes on our side. He's sitting next to me, right next to me. I'm like, oh my God. Because he's super parent. There's a few of them out there, but right now the story's about Matt. Super parent. And he know ball. He played for 40 years in the NBA. I'm like, oh my God. Matt is just going in on these refs, going in on every play, telling Derek how to coach. It was just like Matt being Matt. And I was like, Matt. I literally, like, between plays, I was like, Matt, come on, man. Stop. He was like, nah, Sam, nah. He was just, y'all know him, right? And I'm like, all right. That was it. I leave the rest. Me and him had a convo laughing and also like, this is what I got to expect going with my son when he get to high school. He's like, man, it's real out here. Then that incident happened where, altercation and all that stuff, and Matt lost his job and stuff. All I wanted to do that story for is simple. Y'all do know how this ends, right? Y'all do know that y'all already done playing. Y'all do know that it ain't that serious. You do know you're going to get kicked out. You do know your kid's going to still ball. You do know it ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. Do you know that that's the same guy that she got kicked out over talking to your husband? Watch this. See? Hey, the AD like, yeah, we can shake hands all you want. I know what it is. I don't like your wife no more. What she called me. She called my coach. Real crazy. Let's keep going. We got spicy topics now. It's time to get into it. It's real out here. Do y'all remember what happened? Beat it up in the comments. This is going to turn into a lot of money loss. Y'all ready to see it? Watch.
Catch it. DK Metcalf had mixing up with someone in the stands.
Oh, my gosh.
And that not going to have great consequences for the Steelers and Metcalf.
Okay, that's it, because I know how the NFL acts. We all remember that. And did y'all know that how that turned out? Yeah, unfortunate. Let's go. You know the lawsuit was coming. Well, it is here. Lions fan and DK Metcalf incident files a $100 million lawsuit against Steelers player and Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharpe. He's also asking Sharpe and Johnson for a full public retraction and correction of defamatory statements. Remember that lady tried to do that to them too, or did do it? I forgot. Beat up in the comments what happened with the lady. Remember her? She was like, oh, you messed it up. And she actually was a legit lady, like a single mom who was raising her daughter where she had a PhD and her daughter was already like in her third master's and she's 15 or something. It was like, that was the wrong. Oh, it was the lady who kissed Usher or was dancing with Usher. I don't want to say it wrong. She sued me. She was at the Usher concert and they were calling her out. Remember how that ended? It ended fast. Okay. So we saw all that. I just want to bring up this is what happened with the nightcap part. On an episode of Nightcap hosted by former NFL players Chad and Shannon, Johnson said that Metcalf told him he reacted that way because Kennedy used a racial slur toward him, then made another offensive comment about his mother. A few days later, Kennedy, wearing a backwards hat and suit, held a press conference with lawyers categorically denying that he had uttered a racial slur. I didn't use any racial slurs, no hate speech. I mean, none of that stuff at that game. This is when I knew there was some history there, but you didn't catch him this time. You know how they always say, when you catch me, that means I've done it before. You don't get caught on the first time you steal something or do something, right? So he says this is literally his statement. I mean, none of that stuff at the game. Actually, never. I love this show. Just listen to people. They telling themselves. You knew something happened. 15 years season ticket holder for the Lions. I've never done that at all. Maybe not at the Detroit Stadium. So Declan, if you're watching this, man, he keep calling him that name that he don't want to be called, but hey, I get it. If you could just say that, please. Okay, so you want him to let you off the hook. Well, we're going to put you back on the hook because Jay Glazer, the insiders do their job. Let's go.
But I actually have the security communication between the Detroit Lions and Seattle Seahawks security from a game last year when DK Metcalf, when he was with the Seahawks, complained about that exact same fan.
Did y'all hear that? Remember that guy said, I never did that at the game. Ooh, you better settle out of court for $5 quick.
Security. And at the time there, he asked that fan be removed over very derogatory comments. I'm not going to repeat what the comments are that are on here. And obviously, guys, we don't condone ever hitting a fan or anybody else. But in this, it says, when we investigated during the game, the individuals around him states and corroborated that the fan was being out of line and had indeed said these derogatory statements. They even asked us to remove the guy. The odd part of this also is that the Pittsburgh Steelers had no knowledge of this.
Okay, so that was last year. When Mike Tomlin found out about it this year, the incident happening, what was his reaction?
This was actually kind of funny. Where I was talking to Mike Tomlin about this morning. He said, look, I was mic'd up. When you're mic'd up, nobody wants to talk to you.
Nope.
So I didn't know. Finally, Arthur Smith came over to him and wrote it on his call sheet. DK hit a fan, to which Mike Tomlin went, okay then. Can't make it up.
Blah, blah, blah. Just want to keep you guys abreast of the news out there, all the crazy stuff, little tidbits before we get even spicier. Got some more topics to go into. Let's go.
This offseason created a record 10 head coaching vacancies in NFL, representing almost 30% of the league, and these are the 10 men picked to fill those openings. In a league where black players make up nearly 70% of rosters, not one black coach landed any of those 10 spots. So, Roger Goodell, what say you?
I believe diversity is good for us. I think we have become a more diverse league across every platform, including coaching. But we still have more work to do.
You know what? Never mind. Look, we've heard all this before. And to be fair, this is not on the commissioner. He doesn't make the hire. So no matter how many Rooney rules or diversity accelerated programs Goodell pushes, until the league's owners start viewing the league's top black talent as decision makers on the sidelines and in the front offices, instead of purely just money makers on the field, this will forever be an issue that haunts the league.
No, it won't. Blah, blah, blah. It ain't haunting no league. Stop it. You know why I don't like this conversation the way that it's painted? And I know that a lot of people who are supporting Rooney Rule and want to enforce this diversity are going to hate me, but keep hating. What if I wanted to, I don't know, let's just say, one of my favorite things to do, as you guys know, is play pickleball. Now, pickleball is based on the population of America underrepresented by black people, right? What if I wanted to be the commissioner of pickleball? What if I wanted to be one of the coaches in pickleball? I hope your lazy asses wouldn't say, well, there's not that many black players, so he can't do it. Y'all trying to make this representation correlation of, oh, look how many players there are. You ever think about what if there are not a lot of players and you want to do it? You ever think that doesn't even matter? You ever think that premise is a logical fallacy in terms of representation? Because if you really want to go there, there's only 6% of this country that is black. Oh, forget the country. You're talking about what you're coaching. Okay. Just be careful. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What if I wanted to be a country music executive? I actually like country music. What if all the things that I do that is not defined in stereotype or exact correlation I can't do? So look how you limit yourself when you want to make those exacts. Because you know that white people, any other person, any other group could actually say, oh, y'all want to play that game? You sure you want to play that game? You want to base it on what? The population of those who are employed? You sure? You sure? Are you sure? One thing I love about Black History Month and what I think is fascinating is every day you see some new black inventor or somebody you didn't know about that's not an athlete, entertainer that actually made great contributions. This is why I don't get down with this type of rhetoric, because I know largely a lot of them. Seriously, when people be posting these things and be like, oh my God, I didn't know we did that. I'm like, ignorance is no excuse. There's so many people I know, C-level execs, big-time execs, whatever. I mean, I literally was just in an event and got like 8 numbers from, I got a bunch of numbers and contacts, but at least 8 from multi-millionaire executives that were black. I told you the story of last year. I met a lady who is in charge of a $1 trillion fund. Sister. Sorority too. Can dance. Great person. Y'all know her name? Thank you. Trillion. We over here talking about where our black coaches at. How about you start talking about where them black executives at? Oh, they here, but you don't want to speak on that because you want to go here. It's just, to me, it's lazy, and more importantly, it's not where you want to go. You don't want to limit. You don't want to be bordered based on employment population. Just trust me, because if you really go there, you're going to have to go there. And I think the owners are showing you through actions they don't agree with what you're doing. And instead of saying that they're racist or they're lost or they're outdated, how about you understand where they're coming from? Because Mike Eves, if you own, and this is my homeboy I'm talking about too. Mike Eves, really know him really well. I don't even got to play that game. Love Mike Eves. If you really want to play that game, Mike Eves, you want to run ESPN. Let's go. I can tell you one thing about ESPN. As many black people you see on TV, that place ain't all black. You better not hope they do a representation correlation there. Or you couldn't have the power. To me, it's a lost argument. You can't enforce that you can't legislate my desires. It's not even racial. I told you guys, if I own an NFL team, literally you're going to think it's racist or racial because my son's going to be the team president. He's black. All right, well, all right, that's part of it, I guess, for you. But for me, no, it's because of my son, because I want him. And then I'm going to go all the way. Now, when it comes to the coaches' hires, I'm going to be like, who's available? I'm not lying to y'all. You tell me Brian Flores is available, I'm like, who else? I already saw that. You could blame Stephen Ross. You could blame Tua. You could blame – I saw that. I saw how that went. Who else? Byron Leftwich. Okay, bring Leftwich in here. Why they do you like that, Leftwich? Why they give all your credit away, huh? Why they give it all to Bruce Arians? Let's talk. I like that. Anybody else? That's it? Huh? Nobody else? Come on, man. You got to qualify first. Stop bringing race into it to make you qualify. All right, let's go into this because we got to shift it. A little boxing knowledge right here. Shannon Sharpe didn't like the Shakur Stevenson fight. I thought it was fascinating. I love defensive fighters. I understand why we like fireworks too, but I love a guy standing right in front of you and can't hit you. Let's talk about it.
You know who else said it today? I don't know if you saw Shannon Sharpe. He said that.
Sick.
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe said that. Unc said that. Unc said
he's sick.
He said, Shakur, we know he got skills. He did a great job. Sick. But he said, I don't know if I will pay because I want to see more offense or I'm trying to forget. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know how he said it. What did you think about that when he said that? Because like I said, that's the only critique that's out there now, and he's saying that. What do you think about that narrative?
Guys like him, man, I just try to ignore them because at the end of the day, I could really get on his ass with his business and talk about what he doing that's dumb as a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of dumb shit Mr. Shannon Sharpe is doing in the world. But at the end of the day, I'm going to play the high role because at the end of the day, you just too ignorant to understand what's going on. Just because I make shit easy, that's when it's boring. It becomes boring because I'm in there hitting the guy and the guy ain't getting nothing back.
Yeah.
And that's not entertaining. It's like, okay, you hitting this guy, he didn't fall, he's not hurt, but he's not hitting you back. Now it's like, oh, shit.
Right.
This is too easy.
Not competitive enough.
Too easy.
Yeah. Do you think that this happens, saying that, but like, if you fighting other elite fighters, it's going to look like this in your mind?
Yes. There's nobody that can deal with my brain as a boxer. I sit here, I live this shit on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Only way that you're going to be able to, like, be able to try to compete with me on that level is if you live the way I live. And nobody is disciplined and dedicated enough to live the way I live with this game.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that, I'm not worried about it no more. Like, I don't care. I can say this shit on camera because that's what it really is.
Right. All right. What do you think of?
No. We don't want to know anything else. He said enough. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to dive into the Shannon part because that was just a response to, like, you don't respect what I do, I don't respect what you do. You know, for every action is equal and opposite reaction. So let's not kick up any dust right there. But I do love the fact that he's highlighting his brain. And that's what's crazy. We don't judge brain the same as we judge brawn. Like, we really get lost in brawn, get lost in talent. Don't get lost in, like, someone's emotional and mental IQ for sport. It's fascinating. Like Floyd Mayweather, fascinating. Shakur Stevenson, fascinating. And you know what they both got in common? At least it's professed from Shakur. I know this for a fact from Floyd because I know Floyd. They live it. They really live it. And being a professional athlete at one time, you can tell who does and who does not. And that's why they on that level. They are literally disarming killers in front of you. You know how we all watch them like, I don't know if it's the movies or the FBI or sometimes special forces, and somebody got a gun on them. And they go like this. And then they got the gun on them. You be like, damn, that's dope. He's doing that for 12 rounds. The dude is like trying to punch him in. It'll be like, no. And that dude's a killer. It ain't like you got the gun doing this. Hey, what's up, Doc? It's not that. It's this. It's another killer. And he like, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Bitch, it's like the sweetest joy. Oh, come on. You got to love it. And if you don't, I don't know what you love. It's crazy. Ah, that's sick. That is sick. Speaking of Floyd, you know what's sick? We're going to talk about him, talking about how much money they got him for. Uh-oh. But first, let's beat it up in the comments. Someone says, you don't bring up, Badger says, what about Eric Bieniemy? You don't mention him. You know what? You caught me. One, he kind of falls into that left witch category of like you try to give, you give too much of his credit to Andy Reid. I give you that. But also, I worked with Jason Whitlock, who did this piece one time on Eric Bieniemy. Or maybe it wasn't even an article. It was just like me working with him and just hearing him go down the line of all the things that Eric Bieniemy's been through. It stained my brain, let's just say that. And I think it was all true. Like it was just fact-based. I was like, God dang. So, I mean, beat up the comments. I mean, word for shot, yeah. Because then we get into the category of, well, he's better than some of these other guys. And I'd say yes, 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 yes. So that's 2. That's 2 versus what? 200? Like, man, you guys really it's weird out here. It is weird out here. When Floyd Mayweather had to sue Showtime, he said he's missing hundreds of millions of dollars. What? What? He made over $1 billion, he said, in earnings, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account, and now he's suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh, we know how that happened now. Ex-manager, good Lord. All right, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from a long-running and elaborate scheme of financial fraud. Damn. He said it was perpetuated by his longtime advisor, Al Heyman, and now he's claiming Heyman got substantial participation and aid from Showtime and former Showtime Sports president Steven Espinoza. Okay, that's enough. So look for Floyd be trying to cash in on that, right? Because we know how it ends for a lot of these boxers. It doesn't end well. It doesn't end as well as it should, right? Well, that's why some of them retire early. Y'all want to hear it?
And yeah, like we all look up to Ali as the most iconic boxer ever, and to see him deteriorate like he did, we don't want to be like that. You the greatest fighter of all time, but you can't even take care of yourself. You can't even wash your own ass. Like it's like, damn, do I want to go through that? Is it worth it? You know, no, it's not. It's not worth it.
Blah blah blah. My man hit a point where he wanted to save some of his physical life and his faculties so that he can live the life he desired because he got enough money. Could he get more money? Absolutely. Will he maybe starve us in 2-3 years and then finally we're like, we'll give you $200 million, just one more fight, and he just shows up? Yeah, and that's not contradicting what he said. He's just saying, I'm not going to be on this journey as many times as I have been because I know how this ends. I know the destination, right? Other than Sugar Ray Leonard, I don't know, and I'm including Mike Tyson, unfortunately. I don't know the boxer. I've seen Evander. I've interviewed Evander. Obviously, I interviewed Tyson 100 times. I know all of them. Andre Ward. I'm not talking about like the Andre Wards in this generation. And even Andre didn't fight a ton, and Andre tapped out before he got tapped out. I don't know any of them that's not affected. Like this, 1 billion times? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. So the sport needs some saving. It's tough, though. How you going to save such a brutal, primal sport? And then also it needs some protections and maybe get them to that finish line faster. If they make more money earlier, then we won't be able to see them as long, but at least they can move on to the next phase of life. Well, Max Kellerman's going to talk a little bit about that and then prop up Dana White in that respect. Let's talk to it.
Why don't you kind of do a little resume on Dana White?
Dana White is the greatest promoter of combat sports who ever lived. He is the only promoter of combat sports who has built an institution.
You know, combat sports has never been a league.
100%.
The only person that has ever done it is my partner.
There's when you say like, hey, why can't boxing do the X, Y, or Z? It's because if you were to say, hey, you know what they should do in football? There's Roger Goodell.
Right.
There are a million football leagues immediately, but there's a brand that like Band-Aid or Frigidaire once upon a time meant bandage or refrigerator, right? The UFC means MMA. To your casual, to your average person, they hear UFC and MMA interchangeably.
Our philosophy was this. Name a business, a sport, or anything where trillions of dollars in revenue were generated.
Right.
And at the end of the day, there's nothing there.
Right.
Literally nothing exists.
Right.
The amount of investment that goes back into the sport and into the brand and into future fighters is something that's never been done before. And it was our goal. The question was, could it be done?
Right. Before the Ali Act,
Yeah.
why couldn't it happen for boxing?
No, the Ali Act was well-intentioned. I remember when John McCain, I interviewed him about it at the time, was wanting to do something about boxing because there's a lot of corruption among promoters. But it's always been decentralized, except when the mob had control in the 50s, Frankie Carbo, right? It's always been decentralized, and no one has been able to control at least the plurality, if not the majority, of good fighters on a world-class level.
Right.
And as a result, and also, I hate to say it, but get labor costs under control. I'm pro-labor. I want fighters to make a lot of money. But as you said, there are a couple guys getting really rich, and everyone else has a day job.
Or not fight.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe that the reason it didn't happen is because there was never vision. You have to have the vision for it that you wanted. We knew exactly how we wanted to do it and what we wanted to do. We just didn't know if it was doable. Could we do it?
Blah, blah, blah. Once again, on this show, we celebrate greatness, even if it's greatness in vision because of his proof of concept, because of his track record, Dana White. We expect him to do the same with Zuffa boxing, and I really want that for boxing because it's sad to know a lot of boxers. I used to train at Wild Card Gym. Shout out to Freddie Roach. Shout out to Ernie, all the guys that I love over there. And then you just watch that sport. No one raises their hand from birth wanting to be that, right? Right? Your dad can help you raise your hand because your dad's Floyd Mayweather Sr., right? Your dad can help you do that, right? But a lot of times when you want to be an athlete, you want to choose other sports, and then you realize where you got to be, right? No one chooses football. Football chooses you. Real spit. So anyway, now I know all these guys and how they really living. Triple G and all these guys. Some of them make it. A few of them make it, and the rest of them, man. And you're like, you've been getting your head beat in for 20 years, and how much? So this whole entity that they're trying to create is going to do wonders. He ain't lying. Trillions of dollars into boxing. Trillions. And who and what do they have to show for it is the real convo. So as much as people want to hate on it, you got to be real about it. Be real about it. Let's go back a little bit in time. What time? Oh, it's 6:54. Oh, we can't go there. We got to say that. Shaq was talking about Kobe, and I just wanted to show y'all the difference in how cats talk about each other in different times. We'll get into that. Where should we go? Because I got to take these itty bitties to school, and it's just real. I'll beat it up in the comments where we are right now. We got the Pro Bowl talk with Ndamukong Suh, and Shakur Sanders was out there. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick because, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The Ndamukong Suh, monster, beast. Making the Pro Bowl used to be way different. Let me say it the right way. Right inflections. You really had to be elite. Yep, you did. If you made it, it meant the guys lining up across from you knew you were a problem. Yep. These days, if I were playing, I honestly rather make first or second team All-Pro. Yep, been there. Basketball went through the same kind of change too. All-Star used to really tell you who was dominating the league. Now, it feels way more tied to fan votes, markets, highlights, and popularity. The real merit-based honor is all NBA. Just something I've been thinking about. That guy is telling me wrong. Look at him. Tell him he's wrong, right? It's kind of tough to tell him he's wrong, especially when you're watching this. Let's go. It's crazy out here watching this Pro Bowl. It's like, what are y'all doing? Yuck.
Or snap type of thing. I agree.
Wasn't to be. Shadur, that's out of the end zone. I think no.
Okay, that's all the NFL wants me to show, I think. I only showed that because I saw this. Rookie quarterback Shakur Sanders continues to make history at the Pro Bowl. Sanders has already thrown 2 interceptions at the Pro Bowl. Did he throw 2 or 3? Is that the third one? Doesn't matter, but really? Did y'all watch the Pro Bowl? Beat it up in the comments. Can't lie. Can't lie, I tried, and I was like, nah. I watched the intros. The intros were dope. I like that. I saw all the intros, and I was like, this is cool. Then I was like, nah, this ain't it. I don't know what y'all over there doing. So beat up in comments that you enjoy the Pro Bowl. I highly doubt any of you guys did. Let me get into this last thing. Let's get into this Netflix thing, and then no, can't do it. Too much information there. Too much information. Golly, that's a good topic. We got to come back tomorrow and do Netflix. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. All right. So I know y'all got to go to work. I got to go to take my itty bitties to school. So make sure when you go to work, do your job like this. This is how you're supposed to work, y'all. Go find that rat, cat.
Get it, Sylvie.
I always tell y'all, cats over dogs.
Get it, Sylvie.
Get it, Sylvie. Look at Sylvie, quiet, creeping. Oh, she got it. Give me that thing.
Oh, did he get it?
Did he get it? Is it a cat?
Oh, look at him. He got it. Good boy. Earn your keep, buddy.
Oh, I don't like her. Earn your keep. You earn your keep. You go get the rat, god dang it. What the hell you earn your keep? Give me some love. Give me some what do cats eat? Purina. Give me some cat chow. What the hell you talking about? Earn your keep. Come on now. Respect. What's good, fam? It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. And I got to talk to you about something that's been a game changer for me. Y'all know I've been on the comeback trail after my hip surgery. And let me tell you, getting back to 100% ain't easy. I've been looking for anything to give me that edge, to help me bounce back stronger, faster. And that's where Venia's new blood flow hydration product comes in. Oh, this ain't just another supplement, people. This is about optimizing your body from the inside out. Since I started taking Venia blood flow hydration, I'm feeling a big difference in my physical therapy sessions and my energy levels. It's helping me get that crucial blood flow where it needs to go, helping my body heal and perform. I'm feeling more vibrant, more ready to tackle whatever comes my way. It's like my body just remembers how to be its best self. And for anyone out there just looking to elevate your daily well-being, this is it. And here's the best part. Venia is so confident you'll love it, they're offering a 90-day money-back guarantee. That's how you know it's legit. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So head over to the link in my bio, check out Venia Blood Flow Hydration, and start your own comeback story. Trust me, your body will thank you. Let's get it. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Love for you guys. Have an amazing day. Hit that like button on the way out. I ain't gonna show you my son commercial again, but I am gonna show you this. This is hilarious. Check this out. And then we go. Look at this lady. Hey, what are you doing? Don't be looking at that thing over there. Watch this. I love this. That can't be real. That's gotta be AI. Or she ain't never had a cheat meal ever. What the? This is hilarious. I love these like set up funny things. Oh my God. Who ain't been there before? Like, I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm sorry. Like that cat see rat? I see rat too. Love for y'all. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.